I really wanted to like this show. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm your buddy John, and you're watching Cinemaniac Reviews. Secret Invasion is a spy espionage series following Samuel L. Jackson's character Nick Fury a few years after the events of Avengers Endgame, as he finds out that a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls have now secretly infiltrated our world. Now, going into this show, I didn't have background knowledge of the comics, so I didn't really have anything to base the series off of. All I really knew is that it was sort of a half sequel to Captain Marvel, right? It follows Nick Fury. It includes the Skrulls. It has Ben Mendelsohn returning back as Talos, one of the Skrulls, and Emilia Clarke as well. It's a great first two episodes. I didn't know anything about it, and so I was just kind of along for the ride, and I enjoyed the first two episodes a lot. My issue is that those were the only two episodes that I enjoyed, and it was out of 6 episodes. That's the problem that I keep finding myself in with a lot of the shows streaming on Disney Plus. They are really limiting their episode count anywhere from 6 to 10 episodes, and they're keeping their episodes really short, so anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, which doesn't really give you a lot of room for developing the story or the characters or anything. You're kind of set in this world, and just you get what you get. And I will say that I feel like the show kind of did Samuel L. Jackson wrong a bit. He definitely brought his A game. I enjoyed him just as much as I've enjoyed him in every other Marvel property. But for a series kind of central to Nick Fury, I didn't feel like there was anything there. So like I mentioned, the series also stars Ben Mendelsohn returning as Talos, Emilia Clarke, who plays Gaia, and Kingsley Ben-Adir, who plays the character of Gravik, who's the main antagonist of the show, which I thought was really interesting because another one of his movies came out around the same time. He actually plays one of the Kens in the newest Barbie movie. Taking a few steps back and talking about Kingsley Ben-Adir's character Gravik, who plays, again, the main antagonist of the show, just talking about that character for a second, I didn't really care for him. What I mean by that is that he's set up as the big bad for the show, and his kind of reasoning for doing the things that he does just fell flat for me. And I didn't care for any scene with him in the show. And that sucks because he's in for like half of the show, which is completely different from what my thoughts are when I see Samuel L. Jackson's character and Ben Mendelsohn's character interact. Now, there are some things that happen in that show that revolve around Ben Mendelsohn's character that I did not like, but whenever the two were together, I think that was probably one of the highlights of the show, and I wanted to see more of that. Didn't get it. Again, 6 episodes, so there wasn't a whole lot that happened, and I can see why some people would say that this show kind of came and went and won't be remembered, and I hate that I agree. I really wanted to like this show. It had a lot of elements that interest me, but I don't know. One of the first criticisms the show received when it first aired was actually the opening credits. You may have heard this by now, or you may have not, but the opening credits, the creators of the show used AI to help inspire the different animation, and a lot of people fired back at the showrunners, asking, are you taking away art from the artist? What's going on? Why are you using AI? And in this current environment, AI and art, I know, are seen as a very hot topic. So you want to tread lightly with how you approach this topic. And the showrunners came back and said that the The show did use AI, but as an inspiration, not to create the entire opening credits. So there's this misinformation already starting at the very beginning of the show, which is causing kind of a rift between the audience and the showrunners. I will say, though, that I did enjoy the opening credits and think that it's one of the most unique currently in one of the Disney Plus streaming shows. If you plan to watch The Marvels, which who knows when that's releasing, but if you plan to watch that movie, this might be considered recommended watching the show, if not the first Captain Marvel movie, but this show and then also Miss Marvel on Disney Plus, which I actually enjoyed watching more than this. It's crazy. Okay, well, that's all my thoughts for today. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe or share the video. Help me reach my first milestone of 100 subs. We can only go up from here. So thank you all and see you next time.